You realise that more emissions from cars are going in the air from them being stood still, you mug.
You're half-job gangsters, still learners. Since you have been working big earners, selling that food, feeding the gurners. If they don't pay, gotta pay, gonna burn her.
Guys, just wanted to do a quick video looking at the comments on Roger Hallam's Instagram. If you don't know who he is, co-founder of Extinction Rebellion and allegedly the founder of Insulate Britain. This is what we're dealing with. I don't know if you can see that, but look at the state of this man's feet. Look at them. It's fucking rank, man. And furthermore, look at his shoes. And furthermore, whilst you're smoking a cigarette, you're meant to be against pollution and global warming and you got a cigarette. Also, they've all got combat trousers on, like they're a paramilitary group. They're just terrorists, man, I'm telling you. Some poor man drove his mum to hospital because she was having a stroke and she couldn't get to hospital because these idiots were sitting in the road, blocking the road, and her son had to watch as she quote unquote slipped away, and she's now paralysed for the rest of her life. And the doctor said if she got there within 90 minutes she'd have been minimal damage to her health, but because it took 6 hours for the traffic to be cleared, paralysed for the rest of her life, and the son has to live with that. And that's the actions of these idiots. So literally what they're doing, they're causing danger to lives today in the name of stopping ill effects on our children and grandchildren's lives. So the more credible threat is definitely these guys, because they've already killed someone or paralysed someone. So the comments, fucking hypocritical prats lol. One of my neighbours took part in this, and yes, she's grubby looking. If you don't know, one of the leaders of Insulate Britain went on this morning show, and it was uncovered that he didn't even have insulated walls. Die of cancer, you hippie cunts. And then this guy says, hope you don't have children who suffer the consequences of your disregard of climate change. And then this guy just laughs at the first guy's comment in agreement, I guess. 52 ordinary people have been involved in Insulate Britain's 2 weeks of motorway protests. We are more scared of the destruction of our country than we are of breaking an injunction. There are times when we have to step up and do what is right. When the mighty carbon state starts to grasp for emergency powers to suppress 50 or so protesters, you know that it's on the back foot. Insulate Britain shows the extraordinary power of direct action. I would say more they're just trying to stop more people from being paralysed on the way to hospital. I think that's why they've done it. You stop an ambulance and someone dies, that's manslaughter. Hardly a radical slogan, Insulate Britain. Plod will say they're terrorists. I mean, you kind of are terrorists. You realise that more emissions from cars are going in the air from them being stood still, you mug. Anyone who blocks my car gets a kick in the teeth. I don't care how old they are. Come block the M60, I fucking dare ya. Let's just have a look at these gangsters. If you've got Cali or Nice Bud in Manchester, give me a shout. I don't sell, smoke only. Jesus. Scum. Fucking idiots. Selfish waste of space at half-wits. Die, you cunt. I see any of you blocking my way, I'll beat you to a pulp. Clueless scumbags. The general public aren't behind you with your guerrilla-style tactics. You're all just a bunch of useless flaps of skin with zero remorse or morals, stopping emergency services through its own right. Disgusting, and shows what vermin you actually are. Downright disgusting. What a vile human you are, saying you would block the road even if an ambulance wanted to get through and someone was dying. I hope it drives over you. Here's them, a post they did trying to free James Brown, who was arrested for gluing himself to the top of a plane at an airport in London, I believe. See, this is what I mean. Trending, blocking a road's not going to save the country from whatever I don't even know what they're protesting, but it's not going to insulate houses, is it, by blocking roads? And just like getting free James Brown to trend isn't going to get him out of jail, is it? Especially because I don't think it would trend with 49 likes. It's outrageous 12-month prison sentence, and then they've got a picture of the guy on top of a plane. You know what I mean? And what do you think's going to happen? Especially, I mean, Don't look good, does it, when you mess around with planes? That don't look good, does it? Bit of terrorism going on. That's I got a question as well. Like I said before, why do they have combats? I might be old-fashioned, but I mean that's usually like a military thing, or I suppose a bush person. And they do all look like they live in a bush somewhere. But look at this guy, by the way. What's he doing? You know what I mean? Looks like he's punched in the face. He looks like he's got a bloody nose. I think his nose is so big that it's created. It looks like he's got a nosebleed. Bit of cocaine, and then you got Ron Weasley. Then you got this, I don't know if it's a man or a woman there, with her dad next to her. See, that could be a girl as well, for all you know. I don't know why don't they have shoes either? You're going to save the planet by not wearing shoes and by smoking cigarettes, because we are against pollution. It doesn't make sense to me. There's no emerging from this crisis unless there's a political revolution via civil. See what we've got. Government funded and backed. You act like you're revolutionaries, but you're actually pushing the elite's agenda. Liberals, unlike the right wing, are emotionally disabled. This is a statement that Extinction Rebellion Germany made, saying they distanced themselves from Roger Hallam's belittling and revitalising statements about the Holocaust. I would laugh my ass off if you got yourself stabbed. If I see any of your relatives or friends dying in an ambulance, I'm going to stand in the road and watch them die. You don't represent any of us. Actively fighting to improve the environment, you are egotistical and morons. Do you seriously think anything you do matters? It's too late anyway. The tipping point is reached ages ago. We're already well into the age of the refugee crisis. You can bring Britain to its knees if you choose, but it is futile when China are building another God knows how many airports and power stations and raping the entire forests of the world. All you're doing is causing trouble, and it's pathetic. Let's have a little look at. See what she's saying. Give that a little follow. DM that in a bit. DM it. No, I'm only joking. Fuck you, Roger. Disgusting. Roger Hallam, what a fuck wit you are. I hope you never need the NHS. I wonder if they're saying I hope you just drop dead. That could be what they're saying, but I don't know. They might just be saying I hope you never need the NHS, but after your interview today where you said you would be willing to let someone die in an ambulance to suit your cause, well pal, you're just scum. If you ever hold me up in emergency, expect a good kicking. Piece of shit. Scumbag, I hope you get bird flu. Arsehole. Disgusting excuse for a human being. I spit on the likes of you. So I mean, they've done a good job of winning over public opinion.